Hi, I'm Councillor Dave Plummer and this is, somewhat improbably, your third Waltham Abbey Green news video for July 2021. The video is recorded in an individual capacity and should not be taken to represent the agreed positions of any organisations I'm a member of or representative of. Now, I know that some people have only recently become aware of the proposed developments under the local plan. I'm not going to go into that here. This is just a quick news video about stuff that's coming up, local events and things. The local plan itself has been kicking around since 2016 and it's big, messy and convoluted. I just can't go into it here. But rest assured I am aware of the situation and your concerns. Thanks to everyone who came along to last Thursday's Waltham Abbey Green Drinks. It was a cracking night, great to catch up with people and brilliant to see some new faces as well. Although it's a social evening, a couple of local issues were discussed, including the recycling centre and access to it, and the proposed additional 200 car parking spaces and general expansion of the Sainsbury's depot. It's safe to say that it was called at very short notice. I'm sorry about that. Here's some more notice for the next one, which will be on Thursday the 19th of August, same time from 7 o'clock at the same place, Vintner and Mason. I hope to see you there. Your next Town Council meeting, and also I think the last until September, is this Wednesday 28th from 7:30 p.m. in the Town Hall. It's a full council meeting, so at the start it's a little bit dull because we're basically just noting reports and stuff. But there's a lot of interesting stuff that we're going to discuss later, including the Park Manager's report, which you might not think you're interested in, but if you have a read of it, you might find it more interesting than you expected. If you've ever wondered what our park management team does, this will tell you. It's quite a lot. Also, we're going to receive a presentation about the Waltham Abbey North community consultation. I know that's very important to a lot of you. One really interesting thing is a local chap called Mark Boyce thought that the Cavalcade of Light could be extended into a Festival of Light. He has some brilliant ideas and there's now been a committee working on it for quite a while. A lot of local organisations and local community groups are involved and it's all coming along very nicely. It's not signed off yet, it's not definitely going to happen, but it looks like it probably is. Remember, these Town Council meetings are your Town Council meetings. You're welcome to come along and attend and observe, and I heartily recommend that you do. If you're going to, it would be helpful if you let the Town Council know beforehand, because if a lot of people are coming, we might have to move to a bigger room. The council chamber's not that big. Anyway, I've put the agenda on the Waltham Abbey Greens website along with a zip file of the reports pack, so if you want to look at the stuff we'll be discussing, please do pop by the Waltham Abbey Greens website and you can download everything there. This is the agenda and supporting papers for the next Epping Forest District Council meeting, which is a full meeting on Thursday, all 301 pages of it. Now obviously I can't go through this, there's so much in here that frankly I'd get angry and ranty, and this isn't a place for that. But there is one thing I want to draw your attention to, which is a motion about tackling litter in Epping Forest. I'm really pleased to see the motion. I think it's a good thing, it's good to see the commitment and it's good to see the promised support for litter picking groups. I don't know if local litter picking groups were consulted. I guess they were, because you wouldn't draft a motion like that without speaking to litter picking groups and getting their opinions and input. It's a pretty good motion. However, I think it's missing something very fundamental. The motion focuses entirely on symptoms, i.e. people dropping litter. There's no mention of the causes, people being sold stuff to drop as litter. I do a fair bit of litter picking myself and the amount of single-use plastic bottles, it's just, it's terrible. It's absolutely shocking. So I'm going to put something together suggesting that the District Council looks at that as well. If you want to help out with that, please get in touch. The Caribbean stall at the Sun Inn on Sun Street that does the jerk chicken and curried goat is the latest of our town centre small businesses to ditch polystyrene and go entirely biodegradable for their food packaging. Now, I don't have to tell you that polystyrene is made from petrol and it doesn't biodegrade. So why would anybody want to be given polystyrene with their food? What's going to happen to it? And remember, if someone tries to force you to take polystyrene with your burger or your kebab, you can say, look, no mate, I don't want to damage the planet with that. I quite like wildlife, so put it in something else. As I mentioned in my last video, the new owners of the volunteer pub have told Waltham Abbey Town Council that we have to get rid of the bus shelter by the 1st of October. I raised the issue at an Epping Forest Transport Action Group meeting where Verderer Paul Morris went away, came back with an agreement from the City of London to have the stop and the shelter on their land. The thing is, it's going to take a while to do that, and it's certainly not going to be done by the 1st of October. So I've suggested to Councillor Sam Kane, Waltham Abbey's Essex County Councillor, that we see if we can put in a temporary bus stop by the shelter that's just next to the car park. I figure if we can do it for roadworks and stuff like that, we can do it to stop people getting soaked in the rain while they're waiting for a bus. I'm waiting for Sam to get back to me to let me know how it's going. At least we know that at some point the shelter and the stop will be on the City of London's land. I just don't want there to be any period of time where people have to wait for buses in the rain because the shelter isn't there. I don't know if I can avoid that, but I'm doing what I can. Now, since I mentioned Waltham Abbey Community Speedwatch in my last video, a couple of people have asked where the sign up form is and if there's a website or a Facebook page, etc. When I first started getting things going for Waltham Abbey Community Speedwatch a couple of years ago, I did it with my Green Party councillor hat on. That's not an appropriate place for this stuff to be. So after chatting with the Safer Essex Road Partnership, I'm putting a new little website together, very basic, and I'll have a new application or registration form on there, and I'll share the links to that when they're done. There won't be a Facebook page, but you can share stuff from the website if you like. And finally, the Scratching Post Cat Rescue Centre's annual craft fair and open weekend is this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 10 till 4, at the Scratching Post itself and the Gardens of Hanbury, which is up the road right next to the Volunteer, opposite side of the road to the Woodbine. Now, obviously, me being me, I am going to request that if you go along, you use public transport. The bus stops right at the bottom of the road, and it is quite a yomp up there, but you might be able to catch a lift. They might be putting on shuttles, I don't know. But yeah, please go along if you fancy it. It's always a good weekend. The Gardens of Hanbury is a lovely, lovely place. Anyway, have a look at their Facebook event page for more details. And of course, neuter. If you want to get a cat in your life, firstly, don't go to a breeder, go to a rescue centre and rescue a cat that needs rescuing. And neuter. Just in case you missed that, neuter. Thank you very much. Right, I think that's about it. As usual, links, background information, etc. will be on the page with this video on it on the Waltham Abbey Greens website. Hopefully I'll see some of you on Wednesday. Until then, stay safe, stay well, ta-ra.